Hey, what's up and hello. This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like and hit the hype for your girl. Hey, Brenda. Hope all is well. Hey, Leo. Hope all is well. And this is my review on Love During Lockup, season 7, episode 6. Production, I'm tired of y'all. Like, I'm really tired of y'all and your antics. This to me was a very boring episode. I give it a C minus. And I'm tired of you guys using Monique in between time as if we're actually going to see that scene. See, they know it's boring right now, hence the reason why they keep giving us all of the juicy stuff in between as if it's going to happen on this episode so we can continue to watch. I don't like those tactics, okay? Just be honest. If you got a good season, you got a good season. And right now, the season is blah. Now I see why y'all asked Monique to come back. Because at this point, this is getting ridiculous. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Z. What's up, Mrs. T? Yeah, I'm giving it a C minus. What do y'all give it? Leo said he gives it a C. Make sure, yes, thank you for hitting the like button on the way in. Or if you the replay gang, hit the hype button also. So let's get to it. This is probably going to be quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't that dang on good. So let's start with Kayleigh and Michael. So after the water attack, hey Shayla, after the water attack aftermath, Kayleigh goes to apologize to Mike's mother, who was making it seem like she's just so upset and boiling over the fact that the woman threw water on her. She acted like it was wine or something. But anywho, with that being said, Kayleigh's like, I can't believe, Mom, you acted that way. I just can't believe you did that. I'm going to go back in and apologize to her. Her mother's like, fine, I'll take an Uber. Now, I don't know where they were compared to where Phoenix is, but I guess she made it seem like it was super far. With that being said, Mike's mom keeps insulting Kayleigh's mom, talking about, oh, you let the animal back in the cage so she can leave, or whatever the case may be. And at this point, Kayleigh is still smiling like it's kind of cute and funny. But with that being said, Mike's mom calls Mike and it's like, Kayleigh's mom threw water on me. And he's like, what the F? I'm about to call my wife and see what the heck is going on. So he calls her and he's like, what the F is going on? And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, I literally defended your mother over my mother to the point where I told my mother to take an Uber all the way back to Phoenix. And I'm thinking like, girl, you don't care about your mama. You just use her to get back for all the times that she used you or was neglecting you. You don't care about your mama. Like, this is some nonsense. So I'm just like, and where are you where you saying all the way back to Phoenix? I'm a little confused on where you are. The suburbs of Phoenix, they couldn't have been that dang on far. So at this point, I don't know if Kayleigh is getting smart or again, this is just acting one-on-one. But Mike says, look, you've been maxing out my credit cards. You're in debt. You're not bringing anything to the table. And she said, well, what the hell you bringing to the table? A criminal record? I said, now, wow. Wow. Okay, Kayleigh. All right. I hear you, girl. I hear you. You came with the clap back. Because the audacity of these dudes, why do they feel? See, it shows like this and 90 Days In and all of these other shows that give these jail baits thinking that they're literally the star. Like they truly think there's something special when they're in jail. There used to be a time where people used to be ashamed that they were in jail. But the fact that he had the audacity to say, what are you bringing to the table? And he's in prison. Wow. So I'm like, okay, are you finally putting your foot down, Kayleigh? I mean, after you spent $40,000 or more, but are you finally putting your foot down? And she said, you need to stop asking me for money. You have everything you need in jail. You don't need anything else. So then at that point, she says in the next scene that she is offended by what that man said when they first talked on the phone about the whole situation between their mothers. And yet she still wants to give him some very provocative photos that he doesn't deserve. Quite interesting, right? Yeah, quite interesting. So then he calls while she's in this very awkward looking lingerie. And I was like, child, we did not need to see you in that lingerie, but I guess. So at that point, he said, look, I need for you to make sure that all of my fines are paid off, the debt is paid off. And she was like, yes, you're all straight, you're all set. Yes, everything is taken care of. And she says in the confessional, she's like, I'm lying. She said, because that fool needs to pay his own bills. And I'm like, you dang all right, he needs to pay his own bills. Like, you're not the reason why he's in jail. Why would you be paying for his fines anyways? So in other words, this fool claims he doesn't trust his wife with money, but he has saved $14,000, but expects for her to pay his fines and pay the credit card debt that she has with what money? So in other words, you figure out how to pay my fines and pay the debt while I keep my money. So when I get out, I can do whatever the hell I want to do with my money. That's pretty much what it is. And then he had the nerve to say, I'm giving you 5 months to get everything together. And she said, you're giving me 5 months? He said, yeah, that'll be the round of time of me getting out and being in the halfway house. And she's like, oh, so you're giving me 5 months. Meanwhile, I've been with you this whole entire time. And you're giving me 5 months. And I say, yes. So that should tell you right there what you're dealing with, you idiot. He's giving you 5 months. He's telling you to pay all of these fines, all of these debts, so he can be debt free. Mind you, she's claiming that the credit card debt that he has on his credit cards is due to all the things that he wants in jail. But he's saying, you ran up my credit, ran up the credit with stuff you wanted. Therefore, you have to pay the credit card debt off? Absolutely not. You pay for it. You pay for it. You. That's what you do, homie. So I don't blame Kayleigh. She's still an idiot, though. I mean, after giving him $40,000, why would you expect for him to start paying for stuff when you have been paying for stuff this whole time? The whole time. Like, what's the point? What is the freaking point? So we're going to see if she's going to stay and remain smart in this one little moment she had, or she's going to still be a dum-dum for him, or she's going to ask her mother to pay the fines and pay off the debt. So then that way she doesn't have to pay it, nor does he have to pay it. With that being said, let's move on. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, putting her clips in between the episodes. Horrible acting by the mother. Horrible acting all the way around. She is spending crazy money, insane money. I'm sorry, but you not about my mama. Leave that to me. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But here's the thing, though. That would normally happen in a regular relationship, but Kayleigh don't respect her mama. She looks at her mother now as something to use, a tool to use. That's it. That's all. She don't look at her as a mother. She look at her as a bank at this point. Hey, Yuli. Said, I know that's right. That they got me messed up, because how a man in jail that ain't working and telling me thank you, what to do with, not only what to do with my money, but you have 5 months to get it together with my debt. That's exactly what he essentially said. You have 5 months to pay off my debt and my fines. Excuse me? And then said, what you bringing to the table? I said, see, these reality shows are really making it seem like these jailbaits, they really feel like they're the star. Like at this point, this must be like true game for them. They're trying to find any type of woman that they can hopefully get on this show with at this point. I'm convinced. She should stand on business if that's how she feels, but she's scared to tell her own husband the truth. That is very true. So we're going to move on to the throuple. We moving on to Goddess, Moo Damon, aka Boo Boo, and Bonita. Okay, Bonita Applebomb. So at this point, first things first. What is up with Goddess and these retro 1980s, 1990 background MC Hammer dancers type of outfits? She's wearing the old school biker shorts with the sports bra that we used to wear back in the 80s and 90s, because that used to be like the outfit to wear. For those who are old enough and remember, I know y'all remember. I know y'all remember when literally you had on your freaking like scrunchy socks and you had on the biker shorts with the sports bra. Yeah, like that's what she's giving. And she's been wearing those a couple of times. And I'm a little confused on why she's bringing that back. But with that being said, child, she's shaving her legs. She's shaving the legs. Why? But she's shaving her legs on camera. And at this point, his mother comes to her house. By the way, is it just me? Because they showed Goddess' daughter. Does her daughter look older than 11 years old to you? When they said she was 11, I said, no, she ain't. She can't be 11 years old. That girl look older than 11 years old. Okay? Look older. Yes, it was given Oaktown 357. That's so crazy because I was just looking at that video not too long ago. Juicy, got him crazy. Juicy. Oaktown 357. Anywho, but yeah, 11 years old. 11 years old. That girl look older. But with that being said, the mother comes over and she was like, okay, well, change your plans. We're not going to Bonita's house. We're going to storage because apparently all of his stuff is in storage. She said she put it in storage. And Goddess is like, okay. So she, of course, know there's some BS on this or whatever. Meanwhile, she leaves the 11-year-old child at home. Now, I don't know if she just said this for the cameras because she was like, lock the door. I was like, I hope she didn't leave that girl by herself. Is it a new thing to leave an 11-year-old at home by herself? Is that no? Like, I can understand if you got like older siblings or something like that, but is that normal? Am I tripping? Especially like in a house. Like, I can see maybe even an apartment. Maybe you can get away with an apartment, but 11? Y'all let me know. Mothers in the chat. Would you leave your 11-year-old at home by herself? By herself? I don't know. But anyways, so with that being said, they end up going and making their way to storage. Meanwhile, Bonita claiming she buying time with this storage situation because not only does she not have his stuff, but also feels that something is not right. She feels weird vibes about this. So she decides to double lock the storage because she know he has a key to one of the stores, the other lock. So she put another lock on it so they can't get in. Now, of course, the way they have this editing set up, it seems as if she literally does this maybe 5 minutes before Goddess and his mother get there. So she puts a lock on the storage because she's like, I'm an empath and I feel like something ain't right. His mama got a cat. He don't even like animals. That freaking thing ain't even neuter, be spraying all over the place. He would have a fit. So why you making it seem like you going to your mama's house? Something ain't right. Meanwhile, Goddess and his mama make their way to the freaking storage and see that there's a double lock. I'm sorry, this was given all fake. This was given, oh my gosh, why is there another lock here? Oh my gosh, you sit up there and, I open up this lock. Where did this other lock come from? Goddess is like, it seemed like she don't want us to get his stuff. It seemed like y'all are faking the funk. And what the hell is this? And y'all wasting our time. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. Like, I'm so sick of this scripted stuff. Like, at this point, if you're going to do scripted, again, just make it realistic. Make it realistic. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I'm tired of Goddess, Boo Boo, and Bonita at this point. And we only have 2 more episodes left, so I'm glad it's about to be over. But literally, she says she done sold the Infinity. She says she sold all his Balenciaga stuff, all of this other stuff. And I'm thinking, like, why didn't you keep the Infinity? Because your car needs a tune-up. If his Infinity was a better car, why didn't you just drive that Infinity around? Why didn't you? And first of all, who the hell can sell a car that ain't yours? Like, I would like the fact that they said that, and she said that she sold the Infinity and showed the car. If the car's not in your name, How can you sit up there and sell the car? And he don't know about it, his mama don't know about it. So this is what I'm saying. Like, do y'all think that we stupid? Like, help me understand, child. What y'all saying in here? Oh, so a couple of y'all also think this is fake. Exactly. Would have never done. These days, I wouldn't be surprised if she left her alone. You not tripping. I said, girl, where the babysitter at? Okay, good. Because I was like 11. And make sure you lock the door. And in Baltimore, of all places, I mean, honestly, granted, I don't care if you live in Beverly Hills, I still wouldn't do it because anything can pop off at any moment, especially in the world that we live in today. But I was like 11? This is crazy. So why did Goddess need to go? Because it's a part of the freaking show. This is what I'm saying. It's just definitely a fake storyline. Yeah, all fake. The editing was horrible. Bonita was driving away and they was driving in the storage place. Exactly. They all hanging together. He got his poly on. I would say that they all are hanging together because this was all a plot for them to get on the show in the first place. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this was all a plan. They were all very aware of what the heck was going on. They knew what the heck they was doing. Like, so this ain't even a situation of a poly type situation. This was the plan from the beginning. Call into the show, tell them they got this, throuple going on so they can sit up there and make them a little bit of money. That's it. That's all. That's my opinion on the situation. The storage place looked questionable. Everything looks questionable. Solid front part. Oh, sold it for the front parts. Got it. Yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying. Is unless she completely gutted out that car, like you can't just be selling no car that don't belong to you. I don't believe he had all that expensive stuff because he damn sure don't look like he got all that expensive stuff. But sometimes you see the most ratchet looking people with some expensive stuff. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. But yeah, ain't no way I would have sold an Infiniti and just thank you. That's why I said it really don't make no sense. You driving that car that look like if you just blow on it, it's gonna break down. And you sit up there and sell an Infiniti that from the pictures looked pretty nice. Who you think you fooling? So anywho, with that being said, that didn't make any sense. Meanwhile, you sitting up there hustling this freaking ghetto juice that you selling at some freaking Temu stand. Girl, get out of here with this nonsense. You sold all of that stuff. Where that money at? But anyways, let's move on. Shout out to Emily and Justin. So she's back in her town, known as, I think is, what is it, Elktown, PA? Child, a small town that probably everybody and their mama know her business and what she do. Do you hear me? Okay, and so she is in the car and he apologizes to her for how he reacted about her doing content and not knowing about it. And we clearly know why he's apologizing, because he needs money. And this idiot, literally after they fight late at night, apparently sends him $3,000 just with the click of a button. You, sir, claim to be mad about her doing content, but yet what average Joe, what average Jill could sit up there and give you $3,000 within seconds like that, and they just working your average 9-to-5 job? No one, okay? Unless they getting those freaking what is those paycheck, cash check type of advance payment type of situations where they constantly in debt and loans. The money that she makes, she can do that for you. But you're sitting up there pretending like you don't like that she's doing content. You just pretending like you care about her. You don't care about her doing content. You don't. You her PIMP. So get the hell up out of here with this nonsense. But he's like, look, I'm sorry. And she was like, yeah, well, I didn't do the content because he said it was our relationship or the content. So I didn't do the content in Vegas. But later on, he asked me for $3,000. She gives him $3,000. Mind you, she says she only made about $5,000 at the freaking bunny ranch. So that's already $3,000. That's more than her son that we saw is even going to get. And when her son saw her, he was looking at her like he didn't even know her. Like he didn't even know her. Now, I don't know. Maybe he camera shy. Maybe he's a little camera shy because personally, again, I don't appreciate the fact that you got your son on this show. We don't need to see pictures. We don't need to see videos, especially in a small town that you're in. Can you imagine if someone didn't know what you did for a living? Now that little baby got to go to school and hear about what his mommy does. Like, oh my gosh, these narcissistic parents irk the hell out of me. Why would you put your child on this show? Why would you even want to be on this show explaining what you do, knowing you have a child? But with that being said, she talks to her mother. Her mother is looking at her like she's stupid as hell to be giving money to this fool. And she's like, well, I done told you to stop giving him money. But I'm thinking like, mama, you looking at her like she's stupid. Well, she had to learn it from somewhere, some type of trauma that maybe you caused or someone else caused when she was a child. So why is she that stupid? We looking at you, boo. We are looking at you. Then she meets Justin's grandma. And Justin's grandma seemed like she just happy to be on TV, child. She up there so happy and talking about, hey, I don't mind her profession. Talking about her profession is less corrupt than other professions. Sadly, she kind of got a point, though. At this point, let me ask y'all, crew. Would you rather sit up? Would you trust a working girl like Emily or a politician? Let me know. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you would trust a working girl over a politician. Put a 2 in the chat if you would trust a politician over a working girl. 1 for the working girl. 2 for the politician. Who would you trust? Grandma may have a point at this point. Grandma may have a point. Now, with that being said, she's at grandma's house. She gets a call from Justin. All right. Justin sounds like he is a straight up substance. He has a substance issue. I guess that's the best way to say it. I don't know, but he sounds like he got issues. When he be calling her, he be acting like, he need a hit of something. But with that, when he calls, he's like, I need $6,000. And I'm like, is this in addition to the $3,000 she just gave you? Or is this a $3,000 plus the $3,000? I said, what in the hell? And so she was like, where the heck do you expect for me to get that out of my cooch? Because I definitely can't get it out of my ass. What the heck do you expect for me to get that from? And he's like, you know what? Crypto is so hot right now. And I'm thinking like, crypto? I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, well, first of all, her cooch has been crypto for a very long time, but you don't want her to do what she normally do to get that type of crypto money. But he said crypto is really hot right now. And he's like, I'm trying to put us in a position where you don't have to take care of me. And I'm thinking, if I hear one more time that these men or these women in prison, it amazes me how they always claim they need to place themselves into positions so they can take care of themselves when they get out. But the only way they can place themselves in these positions is if they use people. And so she's like, I know he has to be up to something, and it damn sure ain't crypto. I'm like, yeah, you think? He claimed the other $3,000 was what? For the what was it? Concession? What's the freaking is that? What is it? What is it damn called? Not concession. Look, I done lost something with a C, claiming it's for that freaking money. $3,000. First of all, I didn't even know you can put that type of money on someone's books. I thought there was a limit of what you can put on someone's books. So he claimed he needed $3,000 for that and then turn around and then need $6,000. Get the heck up out of here. First of all, he sound like he fiending for something, or he sound like he's scared. Commissary. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Bree. Commissary. I didn't even know you could put that type of money on someone's books. I did not even realize you could do that. I thought there was a cap. To put on people's books. So the fact that he's getting this type of money, allegedly, again, this is a legit story, allegedly, sir, what the heck are you doing with it? Where you turning back around, asking her for $6,000? And she's like, you know what? Justin's ex told me that he was using me, and she may be right. I'm like, how many times are you going to say that? She's right. She's right. And the crazy part about it is I wouldn't be shocked that he's giving them money that you're giving him. So then the crazy part about it, this just shows you the mentality of these jailbaits. He want to get mad at her. He wants to get mad at her, talking about how this is making him upset. And he hangs up on her when she hesitates about giving him money. Okay? I just find it very interesting that he has an issue with her doing content, but he wants content cooch money. Again, you ain't getting that type of money with somebody working a 9 to 5. But content cooch that literally could do that on a consistent basis, that's the type of money that she can make. So make up your mind. Do you want to do the content or not? But Emily, again, you are a dum-dum. I truly need to know her background. I am hoping that they would bring her back for Love After Lockup. I don't know if they had a chance to do it before Justin, because from my understanding, Justin is no longer with us. I don't know if they had a chance to do Love After Lockup before they broke up or before he ended up leaving this earth. But I need to know her background, because to me, that's where the true story is. I don't care that she's from a small town. She's been doing that working girl business for so long. Trust me, that will age your mindset quickly. Otherwise, you're going to drown in that type of business. So the fact that she's just so dumb over this man and giving him money and crying when she finds out he's using her, something, maybe her elevator don't go all the way up, or there's some trauma there that we need to learn about Emily that makes Emily the way she is. And I need to know. Dang it, I need to know. What y'all thinking about this? What position you an inmate, that's your location, isn't there a cap? I thought there was a cap. I didn't think you could put that type of money on a commissary. $3,000, unless at this point, because all of these fools have phones. So unless what happened was they have phones now and these jailbaits got cash apps and things like that, that's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, how do you get that type of money to a man in prison? Emily is crazy because she's going to answer the phone when he calls again. Of course she is. Of course she is. Sounds like he may have a gambling problem and got to get out of the situation. Right, Z? Because he always sounds like he itching or feeding or something is going on. I'm wondering, did he really unalive himself, or was it a hit in prison? Oh, so allegedly they're saying that he unalived himself? Is that apparently the rumor, or what, you know what I'm saying, the gossip pages are saying, is that he unalived himself? Now that's quite interesting, because every time he calls her, like that one time when he sounded like he was crying, he was like, it's so much going on. And I was like, what could be going on that much in prison? He could have owed somebody a lot of money. He could have owed someone a lot of money. I will never understand why women get with these inmates today and give them money. This is sad. You got to go into their psyche, and you got to go into their trauma. You gotta go into their trauma, because this is a whole nother level. And my thing is this: let's just keep it real. If you're gonna be dumb and give a man money, at least get something in return. If you're gonna be that stupid, at least let the man be out and you can get some peen or a Happy Meal or something. You giving money to these fools, and all you simply having is a freaking phone conversation. And I ain't talking about a couple $100 here or there. You are bragging about giving this man $3,000 for commissary, and then he turned back around and asked you for another $6,000, and you're still wondering if he's using you or not. I just, she making me itch. Like, what the hell? Like, I think if I knew her background, and not saying I would respect it more, but maybe I would understand it more. What the hell is going on? Who does that? Let me see. She was doing that work before her child was born, because honestly, that person, does to this job so soon after having a child. She claims she wasn't, child. I don't know. She claims she did it because of that, but child, remember she said she was a CO at one point, but she was a CO that was a stripper. She was a stripping CO. She probably used to wear her uniform at the dang on strip club. Didn't even give him in a memory or anything. Where is his family and how do they feel about it? Maybe they're gonna do it at the end of the season. Maybe they're gonna do it in memory of him at the end of the season, or maybe it didn't happen until after they did Love After Lockup. I don't know. Emily is 26, going on 56. She needs to get out of the industry. It is aging her. Child, I would say it would age anyone. I mean, when you really think about it, I mean, I hate to get that technical, but it is what it is. Anytime you are bumping and grinding with someone, you're changing more than fluids. You're changing energies and spirits. It is what it is. That's why when you see some people and they constantly be doing that type of work, it definitely is. It's not just aging them. They got spirits on them. They got spirits because you don't know where that person been and who they been with. Hate to get that deep, but it is what it is when you really think about it in that way. Remember they did that to La Citrus. Yes, remember La Citrus. Yes, I remember that name. I will forever, ever remember that name. Justin was up to no good in prison. No telling what he got caught up in and decided to. Yeah, that's crazy. That is insanity. But the fact that he asked her for that type of money, at the end of the day, it explains what is going on and the fact that she's stupid enough to give it to him. Yeah, soul ties, all of that. All of that. That's why sometimes, like, literally, you can tell sometimes when people do that stuff for a living because they just got all types of stuff on them. You be like, oh my gosh, you need a cleansing, honey, a spiritual cleansing. But anyways, let's move on to the freaking cornball simp Timu Nick Cannon fool. Don't he look like Nick Cannon, y'all? He looked like a low-budget Timu Nick Cannon. Now, here's the thing. Homeboy looked like he got his stuff together. Now, I don't know if that's his actual house or he renting it. I don't know if that's his car or he leasing it. But it seems like Rich got himself together. Why he can't find a woman in Houston, of all places? No, it's more than a yoni steam. They need a whole internal, they need a cleanse. Yoni ain't gonna get the soul ties out. The yoni steam ain't gonna do that. But let's get back to good old simping Nick Cannon, Timu. So he ends up, and I don't know why they decided to do the scene with him shaving or washing his face and getting in the shower. I was like, what is going on here? But with that being said, he says in his confessional, Felicia's getting out soon. And he keeps swearing up and down she's preserved because she hasn't done certain things legally yet. Meanwhile, she's already done them illegally 50 times over, probably than any other adult ever in life. What she probably did at 15, you ain't got that many 30-year-olds who have done yet. But because she hasn't been able to do it legally, he thinks that she's innocent and preserved, honey. Preserved. That's what he said, preserved. So he meets with her jailmate homie. I think her name is Kay or Clay. I was about to call her ass Cleo. But anywho, he meets with her. And this is where it gets very interesting. Very interesting, okay? We find out this girl makes money pen paling guys. You know, pen paling like she did Rich. Yeah. So she's making money pen paling or whatever. And she is the face of the operation. All right. She's the face of the operation. And she talks to these men, over 20 men that she talks to. Okay. She talks to over 20 men and makes about $1,500 a week. And she said all of these men think she's coming out and coming home to them. Okay. So she is the face of this whole operation. And apparently Kay Clay mama is the PIMP in the prison and is the manager of this whole operation, the momager of this whole operation. All right. And so I'm like, wait a minute now. You mean to tell me Kayleigh's mama, who also in prison, now, I don't know if this is her prison mom or her legit mom, is literally in the operation of doing this where they all can make money together. Mind you, you have to know, if you have a brain, Rich, that you are a part of this operation. You are a part of it, was a part of it, still is a part of it. Meanwhile, though, he's like, oh. He hears this, but I guess he feel like he's untouchable in that moment. She ends up calling Miss Kayleigh while they're talking. And as soon as he sees her, this dork is like, what's up, mommy? What's up, mommy? I'm like, you damn Urkel. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, you sitting up there gushing and gooshing over this freaking girl just from a freaking video visit. Heck yeah, she think you a simp. And then he says, I gotta ask you something. Were you pen paling me and writing me, or was it your manager, Mary? I think her name was Mary, who was writing me. And Felicia pauses for a minute and is like, I was writing you. Now, you know she lying. Meanwhile, her friend, Felicia's friend, is like, he ain't gonna be able to handle this freaking Felicia. I don't think he even know. He may know it's a couple of guys. I don't think he knows it's over 20 guys. She is going to run him down. He is not ready for what Felicia is about to get him into. We clearly know that. And not to mention this boyfriend is supposed to get out, I think she said a couple of months after she gets out, that sounds certified crazy. Oh my gosh, Rick, you are a fool. You are a straight Rick. I call him Rick. Rich, you are a straight fool. So then, at this point, I guess he's just happy that he met someone from Felicia's side. Mind you, didn't meet her family, just met a so-called jail friend. Okay, just a jail friend, all right? Which means no friend at all. So at this point, next thing you know, we see him and he's complaining to production about how Felicia is mad at him because he's super, super cool with her friend. Mind you, he said, look, I'm cool with a friend. I feel like, I'm cool enough for her where I can smoke. We can smoke together or whatever the case may be. But he's mad now because Felicia's thinking that something is up between Kayleigh and Rich. Now, I said, you dummy, you don't even realize that this is game. This is straight game. But he literally is upset and he's in the car. Half of the time don't even have his hand on the steering wheel because he's that upset. First of all, isn't that a federal law at this point that you need to have your Bluetooth system, or you need to have a hand-free set? They don't do that in Texas. I don't know. But anywho, he up there talking to her, and he's like, you up here tripping, talking about how I'm sitting up there talking to your homegirl like you don't trust me. She's like, no, I don't trust you. You're secretive. I don't trust you. You talking about you about to smoke with her after hours. Meanwhile, she talking to over 20 guys, getting money. They think she about to come home to them when she get out of prison. But she talking about that she don't trust simping Nick Cannon. And I said, fool, she's starting this argument with you for a reason. Either she needs some money from you, she wants to break up with you so she can go to someone else who's the highest bidder, or she's doing that because she know that you was simp, and this argument is just going to make you simp for her more and bring her closer to you. You gonna beg for a bag, you gonna give her more money, you gonna do something. She's starting this argument for a reason. She's starting it for a reason, you idiot. And literally was like, well, what you gonna do? We only got 60 more seconds on the phone. What you gonna do? Because if you don't trust me, what's the point? What you gonna do? What's up? What's up? And I'm like, oh, now you want to act hard. Now you want to act hard, right? You want to act hard, talking all of this mess, when literally the last episode you was crying like someone done sat up there and, I don't know, took your damn hamster, crying, tears all over the place. Now you sitting up there acting like you hard and mad because of the fact that she don't trust you. and talking about what you gonna do. Fool, you know dang on well Felicia broke up with you at that particular moment, you would be crying yourself to sleep every freaking night. Something is wrong with Rich. Something's wrong with Rich. For the life of me, in a place like Houston that have some beautiful women who are desperately trying to find a man, okay? A man that definitely even got their life together, got their own place, got a nice car. He ain't got no kids. Help me understand, sir, why you going this route. But I say the same thing about the women who go this route too. But a man, in my opinion, got way more options. They do. They just do. I ain't saying that women don't have I would never feel like an option is a jailmate, a cellmate. But at the same time, men have more options. They just do. Something wrong with him. Something is really wrong with him. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, the way that they was, because, oh my gosh, what's up, Joseph? They go F you up. They go F you up. F you, F you, F you, F you. If y'all know poetic justice, you understand. They go F you up, MFer. They go F you up. I'm telling you that, because they was going back and forth. But I'm just like, don't nobody believe you. Don't nobody believe you that hard. I mean, you do give me Nick Cannon vibes. That's like Nick Cannon in that Chirac movie. You could not play a hardcore gangster to save your life. You can act like you were so upset and mad. Boy, bye. You was literally a couple of seconds before that talking about, what's up, mommy? And now you like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Ain't nobody falling for it. And we already know that if she broke up with you, you're going to be begging for her back, period. But child, she got a whole operation. Look, y'all, we got to talk. What is this? What does this pen paling entail? Let a sister know. Crew, do we need to create something like this? Is it legal? Is it legal? How are you making $1,500 a week pen paling simps? Maybe I'm in the wrong business. I need to do a side hustle in pen paling. What are we missing out on? Insanity. $1,500 a week? What? Look, somebody let me know. Like, oh my gosh, are these like just riches? Like the guys are like the riches of the world, where they just so lonely and desperate that they just giving money away? My gosh. You know, this is a rough economy. We got to find other ways, honey. We got to find other ways. We need 3 jobs at this point. Prisoners have way too much freedom. Clearly, these pen paling simps do too. They have too much freedom and too much money. You know what I'm saying? Just too much. I'm lost. But again, I guess they use a picture and they just give them money. Now, the question is all of these fools in the Louisiana, Texas area that she claimed that they think they all, because she going home to all of them. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Like, what am I missing out on? $1,500 a week? Just imagine if they put those kind of talents to good legal use. You better say that again, Leo. It gives he wants to control a young, naive girl. That's the problem, though. She ain't naive. He more naive than her. She done been there, done that, and learned even more tricks while she's in prison. If anybody naive, is him. She started this argument for a couple of reasons, several reasons, right? I think it's law, but folks down here off and on use Bluetooth in the cars while driving. Yeah, I thought it was a federal law at this point. It's definitely law out here, but I thought it was a federal law. Remember the fake story, her family doesn't like him. Convenient, right. Rich was giving he was flirting with that girl. Was he? I just think he's a cornball. So every female he see, he smile at and chill with or whatever. I just think he's the ultimate cornball. Yeah, that's what I think. Rich ain't ready for this. He's not. Don't forget about Monster. Oh, my interpretation of Rich. That's the way he sounded when he was like, "What's up, mommy?" I was like, ooh. Cornball. Like, ugh. I was like, oh no, that was straight up Urkel vibes. Yes, sir. You are a long time client with little perks. I tell you, Bonita has the best Bluetooth. Not Bonita. Bonita has how much time of each day does this take? I don't know, but we need to figure it out. Now, if it takes that much time and it becomes minimum wage by the time all the hours you got to put in, then it ain't worth it. But I'm a little concerned that this girl who's in prison claiming she getting $1,500 a week. Meanwhile, you got law-abiding citizens in this country who are just working on a day-to-day basis, doing like literally like legit jobs, and they don't even make $1,500 a week. I got a problem with that. And maybe we missing out on the legal hustle, dealing with simps or us. He thinks because she's in prison, she's out of the loop on things, but she's very well aware of what's up on the outside. She sure does. With the exception of marriage, all you have to do is have low self-esteem and be a desperado to fool with an inmate. Child. And I would say trauma. Like I'm really curious to hear what all of these people trauma is. And then I think once we hear their trauma, then we may understand and see why some people are the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? When does she get out? I don't know. I feel like, oh, wait, I think they said it on this episode, 2 weeks and 5 days or something like that. Crew, back me up. But that's what she said, right? To two weeks and 5 days or something. So pretty much 3 weeks. She get out in 3 weeks. So something tells me they're going to be on love after lockup. What y'all think? Y'all think they're going to be on love after lockup? I think they are. And she want to make sure when she get out, she can get money off of love after lockup. Because they don't get paid while they in prison. They get paid when they get out of prison. So yeah, y'all, that was the episode. Believe it or not, this was longer because, of course, I'll be interacting with y'all in the chat. If I had did like a regular, smegular, pre-recorded video, this would have been 20 minutes. Because it really wasn't that much to talk about on this episode. And we won't see her till July. Yeah, so this is going to be quite interesting. And now she claims she coming out to see him and be with him and live with him. Child, you a straight up fool if you let that woman live with you. You will go to work, come back, and everything in your house will be gutted out. She will take everything, including the countertops. Stop playing. Stop playing. You won't have nothing left. Carpet, nothing. And we won't see her until, oh, okay, you saying we won't see her till July. I think is that the next season? Is that when the next season comes out in July? Wasn't much to the episode. It wasn't. It was boring. Yeah, they need to go on and wrap this season up. They do. Rich is about to be poor. No, he ain't about to be poor. He about to be po. He about to be straight po. And again, you want that girl to go live with you because you feel like she's not tainted? Child, she is spoiled, rotten, tainted. Like she's rotten to the core. Like she be the type, you so stupid, she'll be the type to have some of those simps, those pen pal simps living in your house. Claiming that they relatives and these are the pen pals. And you stupid enough to probably believe it. Ain't nobody trying to be in fool with your freaking wankster trying to be hard nonsense. You a simp, and it is what it is. But with that being said, you guys, that was the end of the review. This episode, you think this episode was better than the last one? Really? I don't know. I feel like the last one was better. But y'all let me know in the chat. Replay gang, y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like this episode was better than last week's episode? Y'all let me know. But we do see that apparently things are going to get heated up or going to heat up the last 2 episodes. We see that dumb Emily meets with those 2 girls. And then we see Monique. And apparently Monique finally goes and visits Titus. We'll have to see, child. So I think there's only 2 episodes left. There's 8. So yeah, you guys, this is going to be quick. And then I don't know when the next episode comes out, but I'm going to need for them to switch up production. Y'all weak for this. Y'all are weak for this. We waited how many months to get Love After or Love During back? And this is all y'all got. Interesting. Maybe this show has taken its course and they don't need to have this show anymore. They need to come up with something totally new. Mumu is probably going to be on Love at the Lockup because he gets out soon. I thought Mumu was already out. He's already out. So yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if they're on Love at the Lockup. I wouldn't be shocked. We'll see literally in 2 more episodes because they always like to let us know who's going to be on the next seasons. So I have a feeling we're going to see definitely a couple of them who are going to be on Love at the Lockup. Monique already told us though that she missed the mark because Titus doesn't get out until the summer. So if they do it, they won't be on until Love at the Lockup until 2027. Until 2027. So with that being said, you guys, let's continue the conversation below. What did you think about this episode? Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, for those replay gang, even if you guys were on the live and you do replay gang, please hit the hype button for your girl. I've noticed that the more you guys hype me up, it gets in the algorithm, which of course gives me more views. I'm a small channel, so hook your sister up with some likes and some hypes, please. When you do replay gang, there is a hype button over there where you can either give money and it's like that little section right there. There's a hype button that you can press. And I think you can hype it up once a day or something like that. I don't know, Chris, because they are still dragging 90 Day Fiance in these spinoffs. Ugh. I could never get into 90 Day Fiance, but hopefully we can find some more shows to get into because this is getting redundant and pointless and boring. But look, I love the fact that it brings us together because even when we have a freaking episode that's a straight grade F, we're going to have a good time over here. That is one thing about it. Community over here is everything. We have a good time. So even when it is boring, we turn up. So with that being said, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe and hype. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.